This is the post-convention 2022 issue of the BVA Bulletin, Volume 77, Number 3. Joseph D. McNeil, Sr. of Columbus, Georgia, is the National President of the Blinded Veterans Association. Paul Mims of Kansas City, Missouri, is the National Vice President. The National Secretary is Elizabeth Holmes of Midland, Georgia, and Tracy Farrow of Biloxi, Mississippi, is the National Treasurer. Serving as district directors are the following: Wanda Grover of Rockville, Maryland, representing District 1. Brian Harris of Homewood, Illinois, Director of District 2. Jose Rivera Barris of Naguabo, Puerto Rico, the duly elected Director of District 3, and Wade Davis of LaPorte, Texas, representing the veterans of District 4. The immediate past president is Dr. Thomas M. Perry of Pearland, Texas. Additional appointed officers are National Chaplain Dr. Ron Lester of Tucson, Arizona, and National Sergeant-at-Arms Brian O'Connell of Greenville, South Carolina. Blinded Veterans Association auxiliary officers are as follows: President Sandy Krasnodemsky of Allen Park, Michigan, Vice President Robert Murphy of Manhattan, Kansas, Secretary Susan Cantrell of Spokane, Washington, and Treasurer Benjamin Holmes from Midland, Georgia. Laura Cabot Kennedy serves as the auxiliary reporter, and Roxy Williams is the new BVAA chaplain. BVA staff members serving the association's membership nationwide consist of Executive Director Donald D. Overton, Jr., National Service Director, Benefits and Policy, James R. Vale, and Director of Veterans Benefits, Dwayne Driscoll. Working with James and Dwayne is National Service Officer Marlene Davis Lilly. The BVA Director of Member Relations, a new title, is Bridget Jones, and the Director of Development is Meredith Buono de Grossa. Andrea Melmer's new title is Director of Operations. Joe Bogart continues as the Director of Community Relations. The Information Technology Specialist and Webmaster is Jordan Chesley. The association welcomes Timothy Hornick as the new Director of Special Initiatives. Stuart Nelson is the Director of Public Relations, while Kylie Fitzgerald is Director of Communications. The two are, respectively, Editor and Associate Editor of this issue of the Bulletin. BVA's national headquarters is located at 1101 King Street, Suite 300, Alexandria, Virginia, 22314. The official mailing address of the association is now P.O. Box 90770, Washington, D.C. 20090. Each full-time headquarters staff member can be reached by dialing 202-371-8880 or toll-free 1-800-669-7079 and by then following prompts that connect the caller to the correct individual or team. Email communication will be forwarded to the appropriate recipient when sent through BVA's general email address, bva@bva.org. The Bulletin is published quarterly by and for all blinded veterans. There is no charge to receive the print version of the publication, which is available upon request of the national headquarters to any interested individual or organization. Requests for multiple copies will also be honored whenever possible. An audio compact disc version is mailed to BVA members upon specific request. Other formats include a web-based narrated audio version with image descriptions, a PDF replica of the print version, and a descriptive email version transmitted as a Word document. Contents of this issue of the Bulletin are divided into the following section headings: President's Page by Joseph D. McNeil, Sr., Legislative Update by James R. Vale, Executive Director's Message by Donald D. Overton, Jr., In Heart of Nation's Capital, BVA Faithful Make Memories by Stuart Nelson, Training Service Animals and Autonomous Vehicles by John L. Sturda, True Honor by Tracy Farrow, Around BVA, Is Your Heart a Precious Friend, a Casual Friend, or an Enemy by Pascal Bautet, Team BVA Buzz by Joe Bogart, Veteran Service Program Update by James R. Vale, A Development Model for BVA's Future by Meredith Buono de Grossa, Chaplain's Corner by Dr. Ron Lester. Of Note: Veterans Burial Benefits by Ken Asum, Convention Reflections by Warner Murray, Letters to the Editor, In Remembrance, and The Usual Final Thought. The cover of this, the post-convention 2022 issue of the Bulletin, reveals 4 color photographs of various sizes, shapes, and borders. The first of the photos is a direct 3/4 length shot of 3 faintly smiling gentlemen standing side by side against a background containing BVA logos, seals, and the website URL. The 2 men on the outside are wearing BVA black button-down shirts. The man on the inside is dressed in formal Army attire, including medals. All 3 are wearing convention name badges. The second image shows 4 casually dressed individuals standing together in front of 3 different panels of what is undoubtedly the black wall of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. It is a bright, sunny day. Left to right are a man, then a woman, then a man with a black Labrador guide dog, and, lastly, a second woman. The first 3 persons are offering a military salute, while the woman at the far right has her right hand over her heart. The third photo is a group shot that includes 19 total persons, 13 of whom are standing, while 6 are seated in front. The U.S. flag is seen at the back left, while the BVA flag, barely visible, is at the back right. 7 white canes, 4 service caps, and many convention badges are scattered throughout the group. The fourth and final photo is an action image of a man addressing an audience using a small microphone attached to the top of his shirt. He is wearing a sport jacket but no tie. About half of his background is composed of the step and repeat described earlier with the logo, seal, and website URL. The caption states, "With virtual conventions now history, and 2 years later than originally slated, members of the Blinded Veterans Association and their families gathered and rejoiced together in person at the association's 77th National Convention in the shadow of the United States Capitol building. Reports and impressions of the historic late summer event are scattered throughout this issue of the Bulletin. A more detailed description of the cover will be presented later."